For our fifth modality, we will be doing resistance training with plates. For our upper body exercise, we will do plate presses, which are beneficial to our pectorals, our deltoids, our triceps, and our abdominals. Stand erect with the feet shoulder width apart. Take a plate and hold it to the chest. Hold the east and west sides of it, or in other words, hold it at 9 and 3. Make sure the feet are planted on the floor with the knees slightly bent. Here is one practice rep. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Push the plate away from the chest as far as possible before pulling the plate back towards the chest, falling back into the starting position. If you don't have any plates available, a heavy book or two should suffice. A plate press can also be done by holding the plate vertically as if you were holding a pair of cymbals. If the athlete's grip isn't the strongest, the version presented in the video will be easier to perform. Awesome work! Now we're going to be focusing on our second set, a plate pinch press, also known as a Sven press. Grab 2 small plates or 2 small books, depending on what's available. Stand erect with the arms to the side. Put 2 small plates together and pinch them. Ensure that the elbows do not stick out and that the feet are planted to the floor, shoulder width apart. Here we will do one practice rep before beginning. We begin in 3, 2, 1. Pinch the plates together during the entire exercise. Push the arms outwards and upwards, keeping the elbows slightly bent. Steadily bring the plates back to the chest for the next rep. Focus on engaging the pectorals, as it is very easy to cheat during the exercise by using the back muscles. Envisioning the pecs being part of the exercise can truly help keep them involved. Now that we have finished our plate pinch presses, we will move on to our next exercise, which involves an elevated bench. For our next set, we will be doing a lying plate press. Lay on a bench and carefully position a plate just above your chest. Hold the plate from the east and west sides, otherwise known as 9 and 3. Allow the arms to stay by the side and keep the feet planted on the floor. This exercise can also be performed on the floor. Use a large plate or a large book, depending on what's available. We will do one practice rep. We will begin in 3, 2, 1. Push the plate away from the chest as far as possible before pulling the plate back towards the chest, falling back into the starting position. This is a good exercise for anyone who struggles with proper core and upper body strength. Be careful not to drop the weight as it'll be above the chest. Either have a spotter present and ready to take the plate or choose a lighter weight. You're doing great. Keep pushing forward. We're almost done with this set. Nice job, everyone. Now, let's move on to our lower body segment. Here we will be doing some standing calf raises with plates, which is great for our gastrocnemius and soleus, otherwise known as our calf muscles. Stand erect with arms to the side. Hold the plate to the chest. Keep the feet close together around shoulder width apart. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Push up as high as possible on the toes while keeping the body erect. Slowly lower yourself back down onto the floor and repeat. As previously mentioned, if a plate is not available, a heavy book can replace the plate. To intensify the workout, for our next set, we will be doing standing calf raises with our feet on a plate. This variation will leave our heels suspended, forcing us to keep all our weight on the upper half of the foot and avoid any cheating. To begin, stand erect with arms to the side and hold the plate to the chest. Keep the feet close together around shoulder width apart. Let the distal half of the feet stand on the additional plate, allowing for the heels to be suspended. I'd recommend doing one practice rep just to get a feel for it. We will begin in 3, 2, 1. Push up as high as possible on the toes while keeping the body erect. Slowly lower yourself back down onto the plate before beginning the next rep. Make sure to keep the heels from touching the floor, as the objective is to keep the weight towards the ball and toes of the foot. Nice job, everybody! To end the modality, we will focus on our last set, external rotation calf raises. While the difficulty of the exercise has not changed much, it will recruit additional muscles for support. Stand erect with the arms to the side and plate to the chest. Keep the heels close together while the toes point outwards, kind of like how a penguin would. We will begin in 3, 2, 1. Push up as high as possible on the toes while keeping the body erect. Slowly lower yourself back down onto the plate to begin the next rep. In addition to working the calves, this set recruits the lateral muscles of the shin and a higher percentage of the gastrocnemius fast twitch muscles, so this exercise can be used for both resistance and power depending on the speed. Awesome work, everybody. Now let's move on to our last modality of the workout. For this modality, we will be performing resistance training with dumbbells, starting with hammer curls, which will help our brachialis, our biceps brachii, and our brachiodialis. We will start with a standing traditional. We'll do 10 reps. Stand erect with arms and dumbbells to the side. Hold the dumbbells with a closed neutral grip. Keep the feet around shoulder width apart before beginning. As you can see, we'll be doing alternating arms. That will account for one set. We will begin in 3, 2, 1. Flex the elbow of one arm, bringing the weight down to the shoulder. Slowly control the descent of the dumbbell till it is returned to its starting position. Repeat the motion in the opposing arm, and that will count for 1 rep. It's easy to cheat in this exercise by leaning backwards to shift the weight. To avoid this, keep the elbows close to the athlete's side and focus only on letting the movement occur in the elbow's flexion and extension. Nice work! For our next set, we will be doing a variation known as pinwheel or the crossbody curl. There will be 10 reps, including the alternating arms just like last set. Stand erect with arms and dumbbells to the side. Hold the dumbbells with a closed, neutral grip. Keep the feet around shoulder width apart. We will begin in 3, 2, 1. Curl the weight toward the opposite shoulder, allowing for the grip to become pronated as it reaches the chest. Slowly extend the elbow back and bring the weight to its starting position. The rest of the body will remain erect. The shift between grips should be seamless with the flow of the exercise. If you're having trouble, just let the weight travel along the body to guide the movement. Great work! For our next exercise, we will be moving to an incline bench. We will be doing an incline bench hammer curl. Lay against an incline bench with the torso erect and arms and dumbbells hanging freely. Hold the dumbbells with a closed, neutral grip. Keep the feet planted on the floor for additional stability. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Flex the elbow of one arm, bringing the weight up to the shoulder. Slowly control the descent of the dumbbell till it is returned to its starting position. Exhale during the elbow flexion and inhale during the elbow extension. This exercise can be done with either just one arm or with alternating arms. Now we can safely transfer the weight from one arm to the other. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Be sure to keep the feet planted on the ground and the body against the inclined bench. Raising out of the seat will leave the body with an unstable stance and could lead to injury. And this concludes the upper body portion of the last modality. Now on to the lower body. For our last set of exercises, we will be doing dumbbell lunges, which is great for our quads, glutes, and calf muscles. We will be doing 20 lunges total, so 10 per leg. Stand erect with arms and dumbbells at the sides of the thighs. The feet should be about shoulder width apart. Ensure that the grip is pronated and closed for safety. We will begin in 3, 2, 1. Lunge forward, allowing both knees to flex until they are about 90 degrees. Ensure that the knee of the leading foot does not pass the foot. Push back with the leaning leg to get back to the starting position before beginning the next rep. Make sure to keep the torso upright. Leaning forward can promote the leading knee to move forward, which in turn can make your posture even worse. Pulling the shoulders back can help keep yourself in check to avoid these errors. Next, we will do some reverse lunges. Stand erect with the arms and dumbbells at the sides of the thighs. The feet are about shoulder width apart. Ensure that the grip is pronated and closed for safety. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Take a step backward, allowing for both knees to flex until they are at 90 degrees. Ensure that the knee of the leading foot does not pass the foot. Push forward with the hind leg to get back into starting position. Since we can't put our hands on our hips, keeping the arms close to the torso can be another indicator to keep yourself upright. Make sure to inhale during the descent and exhale during the ascent. We're nearly finished with the workout. Keep pushing, finish strong. We got this together. I believe in us. Nice work, everybody. For our last exercise of the video, we are going to move to an elevated workout bench. Our last set will consist of some rear-footed elevated lunge, starting with the right leg. Stand erect with the arms and dumbbells at the sides of the thighs. Let the right foot support most of the weight on the floor while the left foot rests on the bench. The foot will be plantar flexed with just the toes making contact on the bench. Ensure that the grip is pronated and closed for safety. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Bend the right knee to a 90-degree angle and allow for the trunk of the body to lean forward a little during the descent. Extend the knee back to ascend for the starting position. Get ready to switch from one foot to the next. Begin in 3, 2, 1. If the knee bends past the foot, extend the stance to accommodate. This will prevent any unwanted stress on the knee joints. Nice work, everybody. Now let's cool down. We will start off our cool down with some static stretching. This is great for us to get our muscles back into a calmed area. We'll start with behind the neck stretch for 40 seconds on each arm. Begin in 3, 2, 1. We are starting, as you can see, on our right arm. This stretch is great for stretching out the triceps brachii and latimus dorsi. Now let's switch over to our left arm. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Feel a sense of pride as you cool down. You have achieved this. No one can take that away from you. Now we will transition to a cross arm in front of the chest, starting with our right arm for 40 seconds. Begin in 3, 2, 1. This is another great stretch for our triceps brachii and our latimus dorsi. Now get ready to switch from one arm to the other. Begin in 3, 2, 1. None of these stretches should be painful. Let them just have a nice uncomfortability. Now we will transition to the side bend with straight arms for 40 seconds, starting on the right side. Personally, I like doing a little mini stretch just to get the back loose. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Right now we are stretching our external oblique, our latimus dorsi, and our serratus anterior. Prepare to shift to the left side now. Begin in 3, 2, 1. As we close off this stretch, get ready to bend the arms for a side bend with bent arms. Begin in 3, 2, 1. In addition to the external oblique and latimus dorsi and serratus anterior, we are also including the triceps brachii with this stretch. Get ready to switch over. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Try to keep your hips as center as possible as we're only stretching the upper body with this stretch. Now we will transition to a forward lunge for 40 seconds on each side. In this lunge, we are stretching our iliopsoas and rectus femoris. Alright, let's reset and switch legs. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Note that these lunges are static. If they were moving, then it would be a dynamic stretch, which would be good for a warm-up, but we're doing a cool down, so a static stretch is best. After this stretch, we will be on the floor for the duration of the cool down. Nice work. Now let's move on to the second set of our stretches. Let's move on to a semi-leg straddle for 40 seconds. This will help stretch our erector spinae. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Remember to stretch as much as you can. Don't let it be painful, just let it be somewhat uncomfortable. Our next stretch, while having a similar name, will stretch additional muscles. We'll do the semi-straddle next, starting with the left leg. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we will be stretching our hamstrings, our erector spinae, and the gastrocnemius. Now let's transition to the right leg. Begin in 3, 2, 1. You should be feeling a decent stretch. If not, try readjusting. You likely aren't stretching the correct muscles or are just too flexible. If you're the latter, try intensifying the stretch so that you can feel it. Now we will begin our seated lean back. This will focus on our deltoids and pectoralis major. Begin in 3, 2, 1. Next, we will be moving on to my personal favorite stretch, the spinal twist. Note that one leg will be crossing over the other. We will begin in 3, 2, 1. The spinal twist will affect our obliques, piriformis, and erector spinae. Now we can switch from one leg to the other. Begin in 3, 2, 1. We have one more stretch after this, and then we are finished with our entire workout. Now we will transition to the last stretch of the workout, a supine knee flex, 40 seconds on both sides. Begin in 3, 2, 1. The targeted muscles include the gluteus maximus and the hamstrings. Get ready to switch from this leg to the next, starting now. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. As we make it through our final stretch, pat yourself on the back mentally. You have made it through the entire workout. No one can take this away from you. You have achieved this. Good job. You've worked hard for this. Congratulations, you have just finished the resistance workout training video. We have worked through this together and we have fought through. We've done great. Oh, wait, hold on a sec, there we go. Good job, everybody. I'm so proud of you. Good luck in furthering your fitness journey.